Hey everybody, welcome to my channel. My name is MaryAnngeline and this is my sister Athanasia. And today's video is an informational video about our upcoming Greece retreat in July of 2023. So today we're going to talk a little bit about myself and Athanasia and how we work together and how long and what types of retreats we have ran together. And then we'll get into the great stuff about Greece retreat and why you should join us. So let me have Athanasia introduce herself, since if you've been on my channel before, you know a little bit about me, but if you haven't, I'll go next. So Athanasia, a little bit about you.
All right, well, welcome. Thank you for watching, and I hope you enjoy my sister's yoga because I follow it all the time. And I'm also a yoga instructor. Primarily, I focus on breathwork and meditation, essentially all other 7 limbs of the yogic path. I am a healer, an energy healer, a shamanic practitioner, and an astrologer. So a little bit more about my background. I see mostly clients one-on-one. Either we do psychic readings, mediumship readings, tarot readings, astrology readings, you name it. Primarily, I focus on the mind and spirit as far as yoga is concerned. Marianne is the body. Obviously, you're following kinesi, which means movement in Greek. And so, as you heard, my name's Athanasia. It's a little bit more different than MaryAnngeline, but MaryAnnegeline's Greek name is MaryAnngeline. So we're both Greek. My name means immortal, and we've been going to Greece for all of our lives, pretty much. We are 100% Greek. Our family still lives in Greece, and so we go and visit them quite often. And we were inspired to take a group to Greece back in 2018 after both of us had been running separate retreats and then collaborating together. We had done a little bit of retreat offerings already, and when we were there in 2018, we said, why don't we bring a group to Greece? Because we love it so much. We've been to all the different sacred sites, and we practice there as well when we're on vacation. So that was one of the inspirations. And when we went to the ancient site of Delphi, where the Oracle of Delphi resided, both of us just felt this energy, and it was so visceral. It was something that neither one of us really said to each other until after a while we both looked at each other and were like, do you feel that? Yeah, we feel it. And so a little bit more about me. I dive into the ancient Greek wisdom a little bit more than Marianne as far as my interests. I really am intrigued, and I've found different research, different teachers out there that have correlated the ancient Greek world with the ancient Indian world, and the intertwining of the cultures that the Greek philosophers, who you probably know, Aristotle, Socrates, Hippocrates, right, the Hippocratic Oath that we take, is actually coming from the very first yama from yoga, which is ahimsa, nonviolence. First, do no harm. Every doctor in the States, I don't know if it's around the world, but I know for sure in the States, takes the Hippocratic Oath, which comes from ancient Greece, which comes from yoga. So some people don't know that. So I dive into that a lot, and what I guess we'll talk about the retreat in a little bit, but I'm excited to share with you what I'll be bringing to the retreat, and so I think that gives you a good flavor for what I do, pretty much all things spiritual. So.
Perfect, thank you. So if you are new to this channel, it is a yoga channel, a movement channel. I have a lot of creative flow classes. That's typically what I'm known for. And you've just found a video that we're talking about our retreat. So please be sure to like and subscribe, and throughout the video, if you have any questions, comments, put them in the chat below, because we will absolutely answer those questions for you. All right, getting into our why we are great together as hosts. As Athanasia said, she's definitely the spiritual aspect of life in general. Yoga, anything spiritual, it's Athanasia. I'm absolutely the movement, body connection, healing and understanding through my movement. So us together, we're like yin and yang, and we can bring a wholeness to our retreats that you may not necessarily find often. The other great thing is we are sisters. We are Greek, so we have a lot of knowledge in the Greek culture, the Greek language, travel in Greece, so you'll be in good hands and safe, comfortable hands. So if you haven't traveled in a long time, especially, if you haven't traveled since COVID, this is a great one to come with us on, because you will be in good hands. We know the places, we are comfortable speaking the language, we will be great guides for you.
And not only that, we also intertwine some of the locals that we know, our friends, will be a part of the different parts of the retreat. So not only will you have us taking care of you, you'll have actual Greek locals in and out of the retreat at different points. So it's really fun to get to know Greek people and even to hear them speak their broken up English. It's really cute.
Yes, and it's a fun experience because each of our retreats offers a different theme. And this retreat, we are calling it Know Thyself Greece Retreat, Adventure, Culture, Yoga, and Fun, because we do want to integrate all of that. So if you're coming for a little bit of yoga, then you're going to get more with adventure, fun, and culture. If you want to just come for the adventure, then maybe you're learning a little about yoga, about yourself. So the style of what we're teaching is going to complement each other. So our itinerary for our classes is, of course, scheduled, and if you do decide to join us, we send you a very in-depth welcome packet that Athanasia took many days, hours to create, but it is so amazing. It has so much important information. I mean, you're going to just want to fly now to Greece and get there. So with that itinerary, especially with Athanasia, she's created this nice flow of practices of adventure, of learning Greek dances, Greek language, Greek culture, so that you get a little bit of everything. And if you wanted to travel with us just for the week, which we'll get into that in just a second, the main retreat's on the island of Zakynthos, then you could do that. But if you have a little more travel time, then you could join us for either 2 or actually 3 weeks. So I'm going to have Athanasia explain a little bit about the main retreat and then our add-on upgrades.
Yeah, so the main retreat is the 23rd to the 29th of July, and that's going to, like MaryAnne said, it's going to be on the island of Zakynthos. So the island of Zakynthos, you may not know about, you may not have heard about, but I'm kind of certain you might have seen a picture, because most people see the island of Santorini and Mykonos with the white and the blue buildings, but another picture that circulates around the internet is an island with a shipwreck on it, and that's literally called Shipwreck Beach, and that's on the island of Zakynthos, and we're going to take you there. We're going to take you to Shipwreck Beach, and another famous geographical location on the island of Zakynthos are called the Blue Caves, and that's at the northern part of the island, and you'll be going there on a boat. Okay, so as far as the schedule goes, every morning we're going to wake up, we're going to have our movement with MaryAnne, and I'm going to close it off with some guided breathwork and guided meditation connecting to one of the gods from Mount Olympus. So the Olympians, as they're known, there's 12 main Olympic gods. And so each of the yogic practices that we'll be doing throughout the main part of the retreat, you'll get to experience that in the meditation, as well as a little bit more info about their mythology and how they might work in our lives, depending on what you believe and your spiritual connection. You can either go really deep with this practice, or it can just be something that's like, oh, didn't know that about that God. So what you'll experience during the main part of the retreat is we're going to have specific workshops to teach you Greek dancing, traditional Greek dancing. We will also be taking you to a traditional, what's called a panegyri, means festival. So a traditional festival that's held on the Greek island of Zakynthos. And so you'll be there immersed with locals and see how Greeks essentially celebrate, how they party, if you will. I'll know how to Greek dance by that point, and if you feel comfortable and if you feel called, you'll get to Greek dance with all of us. So we'll also be teaching you a little bit of Greek, and don't worry, you probably know more Greek than you actually realize. About over 3,000 English words come from the Greek language, and so that's going to be an exciting workshop that we're teaching in the beginning, so maybe you can practice throughout the week. And a Greek culinary workshop, a Greek looming workshop, really getting immersed, like MaryAnne said, in the culture and getting a little flavor for what it's like to be Greek. And there's going to be enough time as well that we've scheduled in there for free time. So if you're doing something in the retreat and you're like, oh, I want to follow up with this, or I want to go back to this little spot that Athanasia and MaryAnne took us, you'll have free time to do that, or just to relax, or to have a private session with either MaryAnne and I if you want to go in deeper with your yogic practice, if you're working on trying to get handstand or any other posture, or if you want to explore something spiritually, we can do a one-on-one as well. So that's a little bit about the main retreat. It's all inclusive, so you'll get breakfast, lunch, and dinner every day.
And just to jump in there real quick, the food is absolutely incredible. Not only incredible throughout all of Greece, but where we are staying on the island of Zakynthos, the food is amazing. Athanasia and I very rarely will go to a retreat center or a hotel, Airbnb, wherever we host our retreat. We typically have been to that place before. There have been summer retreats where we haven't, but this one we have stayed in the facility that we will be in. We have tried their breakfast, their lunch, and their dinner, and it is incredible. Yeah. So that is one thing that I will say, it spoiled. The food really will be spoiled. It is so delicious.
Absolutely. Absolutely. They have a great chef, and it's fresh and it's authentic. So you'll definitely be spoiled. We'll all be spoiled. And in addition to that, where we'll be staying, there's only 3 room upgrades left, as well as at the time of this video. So if you are thinking about joining and you would want to consider the room upgrade, those are limited. And like I said, we only have 3 left, and we're about halfway booked. Actually, we're a little bit over halfway booked already for the main part of the retreat. This is something that you're considering, really get in contact. MaryAnne's going to provide all of the information to get in contact with us. And it's something special. It's everyone that's already signed up is already saying how much they know this is a once in a lifetime opportunity, and especially with the pre and post retreat tour packages. Mm-hmm. And the pre retreat, we only have 3 spots left already. At the post retreat, we still have a room available. The pre retreat, we're going to take you to the northern part of Greece, where it's a little bit more mountainous, a little bit less. Yeah, I don't think that we won't really be seeing beaches or anything. You're going to see the terrain of central Greece. But this is where some of the great spots that you've probably already heard about, like Mount Olympus, where the gods reside, Delphi, where the oracle, as I mentioned, resided. Also, the ancient Greek aphorism, know thyself, which is pretty popular. Most people have heard that, also comes from ancient India, from the yamas and the niyamas as well, and it's from svadhyaya, self-inquiry, self-knowledge, right? So again, we're seeing this interplay between the ancient Greek world and ancient India, ancient Greece and yoga, Greece and yoga, MaryAnne and Athanasia, you and us, we're
all of it together. Well, just in case though, everyone watching that doesn't know where know thyself comes from in the Greek world, maybe you give a little bit about that.
Sure. So know thyself comes from the Delphic aphorisms, and there's many Delphic aphorisms, but know thyself is probably the famous one. So right here we have one of the books that MaryAnne got in Delphi, and we're going to take you to our friend Kosa and his wife Nea. They're amazing. And right here, let's see, page 35, because it's one of the first ones. Right here, got the tree of life. Know thyself. I don't know if you see it, but this whole book has all of the Delphic aphorisms, excuse me.
So my friends, that is how know thyself is connected into the Greek world with these Delphic. On here it says maxims.
Maxims or aphorisms is the same.
I did not know that. So I learn something new from Athanasia literally every single day. And as you can tell, she is the verbal person in our relationship.
You've done a great job talking.
Thank you. And I'm the mover. So when you're with us too, a lot of times she will be explaining many of the things.
I'll be explaining all the things. She'll be leading all of the yoga.
Yeah. So just a little fun fact about us, right? We really are that yin and yang, that opposites that create that whole. So sharing this book is really special to us because, like I said, we're going to take you to our friend Costa. His store is incredible. I think last time we left with another suitcase full of things, this book included. So yoga, Greece, that combination is really important and really powerful for us as individuals and as teachers together, retreat hosts together. So
yeah. Oh yeah. I just met I was in Greece in February again, and I met another local in ancient Olympia that was telling me so many different historical facts about the area that we're from. And one of the things that he was telling me about, because he knew that I practice yoga teacher, he goes, oh, well, you need to go to this area on the mountain because of the energy there. He was literally using these words in Greek and connecting it back to the goddess from our area is Despina. And so he's like, this is where Despina goes, and the energy, and you must go there, because he didn't have the word for chakra, but he was talking about the energy. He said energy centers in the body. I was like, the chakras, and he goes, yes, that must be. And so the more that we go, the more that we're connecting with locals that are open to exploring yoga or even interacting with us as yoga teachers. And it's really cool to, again, be able to take you guys too, because it lights up our world. We get so excited about this, and hopefully it will light up your world too. Another spot called Meteora, which means literally hanging cliffs, and these rock formations, the structures that they've built on it, it's fascinating. It's a wonder to be able to experience and see them up close. And then for the post-retreat, this is where another area that you probably, almost everyone I think in the world knows, where the Olympic Games were born. So we're going to take you to ancient Olympia. This whole post-retreat part is very special to MaryAnne and I, because this is where our family is from. So we take you to ancient Olympia, and then we take you to Nafplion, where our family is literally from, and it's the original capital of Greece. And this is where we're going to spend time on a beautiful beach that we used to go to during our childhood. We still go to it because it's so beautiful. It's actually one of the top destinations in mainland Greece as far as beaches are concerned. And the other ancient sites there, ancient Mycenae, which you may not know that word, but it actually is where King Agamemnon and Helen of Troy, who's not actually from Troy, she's from Greece, Paris from Troy, came and fell in love with her and stole her away, and that's where the whole Trojan War came from. So you get to actually see where if you've possibly read the Iliad or the Odyssey, the history, and get to be there and feel it. Another area that you may know, it's called the Epidavros. It's pretty famous. Tourist place to go into in Greece. It's where a lot of the theaters around the world have been created after, because when you're down at the bottom of the theater and somebody else is at the top, literally at the top of the stands, you can hear them talking. It's really fun, and MaryAnne and I and our family have gone multiple times, so it's really cool to take you there. And then we take you to Elefsina, where the Eleusinian mysteries were held. This is where Demeter, the goddess Demeter, and her daughter Persephone, this ancient festival that there's still a lot of mystery around. So as you could tell, I'm really excited, because this is what just lights up my world. To be there and get to really experience or even just imagine what type of festivities they were doing here. Drinking wine to god Dionysus and just, I don't know, it's really fun to be there and experience. And then we end in Athens. So the post-retreat is when you get to spend time in Athens with us. We get to take you to some really cool spots in Athens. Of course, the Parthenon. You can't be in Athens and not go see the Parthenon, the Acropolis, the Plaka, where there's this bazaar and there's food and it's hustle and bustle, and you get to really be immersed really in the modern Greek culture as well as the ancient Greek culture intertwined together. And to top it off, the first time we're taking a group to probably the second most popular sunset in Greece, other than Santorini, is at Cape Sunion, where the Temple of Poseidon is, and it's just phenomenal. And that's where we're going to top off the whole post-retreat with a Greek night. There'll be music, Greek food, and the beautiful radiant sunset, and we close off the retreat on August 5th. So I'm really excited to take people there. I'm already starting to I feel like energy's present.
Absolutely. And it was really important to the two of us that we had options for people, because we know it can be extremely difficult to travel, whether you are working full-time, you have family, you only get a certain amount of time off because of your work, or you might be retired and have the most free time available. So we wanted to make sure that we had options for everyone. So if you're only able to join us for the main retreat, we've made sure that we've integrated so much into it that you would have a full experience. And then if you did have more time to travel with us, then of course we're going to get a little bit more, like Athanasia said, into the ancient worlds, into the ancient sites. You can add on the pre or both the post retreat as well. Are filling up extremely quickly though, so be sure to let us know immediately if you're interested. If you have any questions, please ask away. You can ask in the comments. Have the information below, the link to the site with all of this wonderful information, dates and everything, and then an email. So if you wanted to just email us and ask directly, you could also do that.
Yeah.
So what I'm really excited about now is we're gonna have a little teaser video of our last couple of trips to Greece that will show you a little bit of these sites that Athanasia just went over. You can see now what you're going to experience, the food, the beautiful water in Zakynthos. It is literally incredible.
Yeah. Pictures don't do it
Pictures
justice.
don't do it justice. And we'll have some video, but even then, like being there in person, like you think it's almost fake until you're there.
And in it.
Yeah. So we'll have this little teaser video. So don't go just yet. So you can see that teaser video. So April is when we finish our early bird registration, So be sure to check it as soon as you can.
Yeah. You get a savings of I think $500 if you register before April 18th. And one thing that I did want to mention, we already have a couple of participants doing the full 3 weeks. And even if, as Marianne said, if you're not able to do the full 3 weeks, that's no problem. You'll be taken care of from start to finish. The only thing that's not included in the pricing of the all-inclusive pricing is your flight to Athens, and then your transport from Athens to the hotel that we have as our destination to start all parts of the retreat. So everything starts and ends at this one hotel, which is included in the welcome packet. And in our welcome phone call that you have with me, 30 minutes, we go over things that may not be a part of the welcome packet, or as a couple of the retreat participants that are already signed up, they're expanding and going to different countries actually in Europe. So they're really taking advantage of being over in Europe already for the Greece retreat, and then adding on. So I can help you with all of that too, and just coordinating your flights. So yeah, from start to finish, you're in great hands, and you don't have to worry about how to figure out things, because we'll go over that in the welcome call. And then if you do join as well, we also have one more welcome call with the whole group in June. That way we all kind of get to know each other a little bit more. Obviously, Marianne and I will have gotten to know you a little bit more with the welcome communication that we have. But as a group, it's fun to kind of get to know each other a little bit before we're all of the strangers meet up for this really phenomenal experience. So it helps to know, and then we also usually do a little group interaction either on WhatsApp or on Facebook. So then again, you're kind of familiar with the group, so it doesn't feel so stranger. It's getting to know each other, and always by the end of any retreat that we have, we pretty much feel like a little family, like a little family. And we give each other Greek names.
And we give each other Greek names, yeah. And that's when, like Athanasia said in the very beginning, it's a once-in-a-lifetime experience. Not just because the two of us are taking people to Greece, but the community that you'll be with, it absolutely is once in a lifetime. I guess if there's a will, there's a way, but I've never experienced the same exact group going to the same exact place ever. So this is really that once in a lifetime, because of the people you'll be meeting, because of the places we'll be going. And each Greece retreat that we've done is different. It's different. Yeah. We don't always go to the same island. We don't always go to the same ancient sites. This one is the most extensive that we've done. We are taking our group to more sites than we have in the past. That doesn't mean that the next one will be doing the same thing. Right. So it's not to be like freak anyone out, but just to know, like, if you're really considering this, it might be the perfect time for you. So I'm going to move us on to the teaser now. Watch the video. We'll be back in just a moment.
Where are we at?
We're here at the Acropolis.
Oh.
Up on the Parthenon, in the center of Athens, Greece.
right. If that didn't make you excited, I don't know what is.
Especially the food. Did you
Yeah,
see that?
all the food.
Yeah.
We love food. So please, like I said, any questions, leave them in the comments below. If you'd like to reach out with email, we have all that information, links to the website, links to the registration. Her Instagram handle is shamanic_yoga. Mine's MaryAnngeline, and also kinesi.movement. So those are in there. Find us, follow us. You'll already start to see videos that we're posting to there. You can get just more excited with us and a little more research as to what we're doing and where we're going. So thank you, Athanasia, for joining me with this informational. I hope you all have a wonderful rest of your morning, midday, evening, wherever you're at in the world in this moment. And we'll see you all next time.